Who's here? I see one person. Two people. Who's here? One of you has to be Unknown Trader. The other one has to be Sabrina Merrick. Oh, Reynaldo. That's all. Hey, it's all good. Good to see you, Reynaldo. Victor Falls. Yep. Good to see you too, bro. I know you don't like these politics shows too much, Victor, but what can I tell you? It's very important that I do these, I didn't want to tonight. I even told myself, no politics show tonight. Here I am. That's Fax B. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Guys, I know there's only 4 of you, but it's very important that all 4 of you hit the like button right now. Colonel Quail, what's going on, man? Getting some good people in here tonight. See how long it takes to build a crowd and see if I don't shut the show down before then, because God, I don't want to do this tonight. Listen, man, I'm good at it and stuff, but I don't want to, sometimes I don't feel like arguing with morons. You know what I mean? I didn't even hear much about it. I heard it in something I was watching earlier. They just mentioned it. But I don't know. I mean, all that Minnesota daycare shit turned out to be bullshit. So I hope it's not because of that. But it tells me he's got a most likely a bigger plan. You know what I mean? That would be my guess. Maybe he's going to go back to teaching. Never know. See what happens. 16 people. Hit the like button, everybody, please. I'd appreciate it. If you hit the like button, YouTube will promote this video a little bit. We'll get a nice crowd tonight, so go ahead. Very important. Nick Valente, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Nick usually just stops by. He's not really into the politics. There's no way he runs for president. That's going to be Gavin. Well, Gavin will be, he'll win the primaries, but I mean, Tim Walz might give it a shot. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he stands a chance. I think that would be crazy. But then again, Gavin's going to get it. To hell with Trump and his supporters. Strictly cycling. I'm with you. Fuck them. I think slowly but surely, more and more people are starting to see the light. I could be wrong because, MAGA is generally brainwashed, but there are some people who are diehard MAGA but are still Trump supporters. And it's astonishing that they haven't reached their breaking point, sooner, but I think some of them have reached it now. Hey, that's not nice. What isn't, PC Aviator? What is it? Fuck the Trump and his supporters? I'm sorry. Sabrina Merrick. Hello, people. How are you? $48 people. Damn, that jumped fast. I will never respect the judgment of Trump supporters. Not now, not 20 years from now. I'm with you. For real. Hating people you never met. Oh, yeah, of course. I don't have to meet you. I know what you support. I know what you're made of, It's not good. You libs have been brainwashed by the media for years. Eat easy. Nothing is funnier than when one of you guys says that. When you guys literally sit around all day and listen to the same bullshit over and over from Fox News, the news network that has a 17% accuracy rating, the news network that, they argued in court, nobody would take them seriously, nobody in their right mind. And you guys have been brainwashed by that for years and years and years. And you think it's us when most of us, I can't speak for older people. Older people tend to watch CNN and MSNBC, but I know me. I don't watch nothing of the sort. Nothing. I can't even tell you the last time I saw CNN or MSNBC, unless I'm showing an independent journal. I'm sorry, if I'm watching an independent journalist who plays a clip from Morning Joe or some horse shit like that. But that's it. Yeah, I'm sure, EDZ. I'm sure. Yeah. Trump is a terrorist. He is. It's hilarious you think we watch Fox. I don't think you watch Fox. I know you do. And if you're wondering how I know it, it's because you guys come in here and you spew the same horse shit that they say day after day on Fox. It's like that's where you heard it from. You know what I mean? So there's no question. Skippy, whatever you say, bro. Unfortunately, I started losing my hair long before Trump started running for office. A couple of years before. Don't start. Oh, I read that one. Jackass. Fuck you, Shane. Barack Obama, first year personally came to my locations, arranging the people to kick my head till I was blind. Firstborn are not allowed to attend austerity myth festival stealth training. Wow, man. That's some fucking straight up word salad. Good job. Yet you lost all swing states. I did? I didn't know I lost. I was running? Jesus, I got a bad memory. I didn't know that. All the swing states? Oh, my God. Yeah. Well said. Handle me this 420. Yeah. Trump supporters are low value people. They are. Yeah, I'm a super weirdo. So fun. What's weird about me again? Because I don't like the guy you like. Live from a van down by the river or a house. Whatever makes you feel better. Democrats will never win again. Yeah, right. Have you not been paying attention? Did you not see what happened with the mayoral race in Miami and the elections on November 4th and all this other shit going on? They're flipping seats all over the place and shit. I mean, there's no question that the Democrats are going to mollywop the Republicans in the fucking midterms. Trump knows that. They all know that. Both parties have failed 23 million American small business, self-employed workers on healthcare premiums, graping the public. Well, are you talking about? You're talking about Obamacare. Well, Democrats. Well, okay, you're right. Forget it. I was going to say they fought for it, but no, they caved. They caved eventually. No matter what Trump does, they cry every time. No. You guys act like he does good shit and we just complain about it because you guys hear from Fox and from Trump and from the Republicans that he's doing great things. He's not. Listen, guys, we just know better than you. I know you don't believe it, but we know more than you guys. We're 1,000 times, more informed than you guys are. Like we actually research and stuff. So, we laugh at you guys because you think you come in here every day thinking you know shit and you really don't know anything. I mean, you guys fill the chat with bullshit every day and every night. We could be 100% sure that Maduro wasn't in the Epstein files since Trump would have never had him arrested. Then that's right. Oh, shit. Yeah, even though the overwhelming meat wagon, great name, overwhelming majority of political violence is committed by the right, and you could go look that up right now if you want. Go right ahead. At least you own delusion. Is that right? With 2 L's and everything for real? All right. Let me see. You voted for Waltz. No one what you think. Well said. Said just like a MAGA guy, Nathaniel. You're as stupid as they come. Let me see. History tells us the oppressors will one day become. Do you mean oppressors? Oh, yeah. Strictly cycling. Yeah. If you think there are 2 parties, you're an idiot. Yeah. There's definitely not 2 parties. Yeah. You voted for Waltz. No one cares what you think. You know that for sure? Like, how do you know? Just out of curiosity, Nathaniel. I'm wondering. Put your Tim shirt on, brah. Oh my God. What the fuck decade are you from? Fuck face. Tim shirt. No, no, no. Let me explain to you guys. It's a good way to start the show. We don't wear Tim shirts. We don't wear Kamala shirts. We don't wear Biden shirts. We don't wear Obama shirts. We don't worship politicians, period. We don't give a fuck. We just vote for a guy who we think is the best for the job. That's it. You guys are the ones that drape yourselves in the merch, the hats, the shirts, the stupid fucking flags with Trump's name on it, the yard signs, all that horse shit. Not us, bro. You'll never catch me with a politician's name on my shirt. Never in a million fucking years. I'll tell you what I believe. Verity is what I saw with my own eyes. I saw Donald Trump on stage on live national TV say, Russia, if you're listening, please find me the 30,000 emails. You'll be rewarded greatly. And that is Russia collusion. Okay. Plus, he was never fully cleared. It was never said that he didn't do anything. Never. And a lot of people went to jail because of that investigation. But I know you've been told for years from Trump, Russia, Russia, Russia. Let me tell you something. If it was nothing, Trump would never mention it. He would never mention it. The one thing he hates more than anything is getting caught. Let me see. Yeah, that's not true, Nathaniel. You're full of shit. That's certainly not true. CSIS, by the way, what the fuck is that? Get out of the country. You don't like the president. It's really simple. Well, Graham, did you get out of the country when Biden was president? Because I mean, you didn't like him, right? Did you get out of the country when Obama was president? I mean, you realize how stupid, Graham, when you say something like that, you always have to keep in mind, oh shit, there was a time when I didn't like the president, fucking dopey motherfucker. Oh God, Boris, please, with the gay stuff. Listen, I don't mind. Gay people don't bother me. It's fine that you're gay. I'm not mad at you. I swear to God, whatever you do behind closed doors is up to you. But don't call another man daddy. I mean, that's beyond gay. It's too much. Don't do that. Creeps me out. You wear pedo shirts. You mean Ralph Lauren? Is that what you mean? Ralph Lauren? Sure. Okay, gotcha. You voted for a woman who spent 1.5 trillion in 107 days and still wound up in debt. You're a clown. Bro, you just answered the question for yourself, stupid ass. She had 107 days to run. And what is she supposed to do? Not spend the money that was given to her? Just be like, no, I'm not going to use that. Fuck it. If I lose, I lose. You're one dumb motherfucker. You know that? You're so stupid. Worshipping politicians is very weird. Oh, extremely. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. And do me a favor. Have some class, guys. At least the people who are on my side. And throw a super chat into the mix. I got to start making money off these shows, man. He got a mouse in his pocket. Oh, all right. Your blue hair is your jersey, just not in your case. Your blue hair is your jersey. The fuck does that mean? Let me get down here. Trump is the pedo in chief. He is, without a doubt. Host is mentally R-worded. Yeah, but I'd eat you alive in a debate. I support him because I like his ideas and his actions. Could you tell me which ones, Gregory, specifically that you like? I'm not being a dick. I'm curious. I'm just asking. Everything you said so far is delusional. Okay, tell me which thing, SZ. Go ahead, tell me which thing. Get specific, because that's what you guys do every night. You're like, you're dumb. Be like, well, what was I wrong about? What makes me so dumb? You're just dumb. Or you're stupid. Oh, I'm stupid? What did I say that was wrong? You're just stupid? You're a liar. Oh, really? Well, what did I lie about? You're just a liar. Oh, all right. All the MAGA morons are dumb, and in a cult, they're all uneducated. It's actually a fact. I mean, it really is at this point. Let me see. Oh, yeah? How you figure? There's nobody worse than Donald Trump. Nobody. How is that Russia collusion? Sounds more like what is that? Why is there a period after sounds more like? Russia, you're the only other superpower that can stand against the United States government. Find me the shit they deleted. Stand against the United States government. That's a good thing to ask Russia to do. You don't realize how fucked up that is, dummy. Number one. And number two, no, when you collude with a foreign nation to get oppo research on your fucking opponent, then guess what? It's collusion. It's exactly that. She didn't have to end up in debt, though, did she, dipshit? Yeah. I mean, listen, Nathaniel, I'll tell you what, before you talk about Kamala being in debt, why don't you go look up a list of all the fucking towns and cities that Donald Trump owes a fuck ton of money to because he does rallies and refuses to pay? Why don't you go look that up, you dummy? Fucking idiot. How would you know? You ever run for president, jerk off? Your ignorance is showing. Blowhard Kamala is very much in your wheelhouse. POTUS gave Venezuela their lives back. Yeah, okay, sure. Kamala is in my wheelhouse. Is that right? I'll have to check for her next time I'm in there. Get Beyonce to say nothing and spend money. What do you mean? I watched it. Beyonce gave a speech and she wasn't paid for it. When Trump pardoned 1,600 January 6th rioters on his first day in office, if you think he didn't use an auto pen, you're stupid, of course, strictly cycling. But they don't. They think he's got superpowers, you know? Yeah, they think he's got superpowers. If Maduro was a pedo and his name was in the Epstein files, Donald Trump would leave Maduro the F alone. Thoughts? You're 100% right. 100% right. Yeah, he'd be treating Maduro the way he treats Putin, you know, like Trump would be his cock holster. Deleting him from social medias. What does that mean? What is that in reference to? What does this say? Oh, okay. Kamala is brilliant. She predicted all of the Trump BS. Literally all of it. All of it. She did. I mean, but then again, I mean, you know, that's good for Kamala, but I think most of us predicted it, didn't we? You voted for Kamala, get real. You know, when you guys say that, I crack up because it's like, you voted for Donald Trump, bro. Like, okay, the person I voted for went to Howard University, graduated, became a prosecutor, then was elected district attorney, then elected attorney general, then elected U.S. senator, then elected vice president. And you guys voted for a rapist who has stiffed every fucking, you know, every person he's ever worked with as far as contractors, unions, you know, other businesses. He's crushed small business to enrich himself. He's cheated on every wife. He's been sued by the Nixon Justice Department for not renting to black people. His biggest title in life was reality TV show host. Before that, he was just a slumlord who kept failing. Business after business just kept failing. So you guys fucked me up because I'll tell you what, whatever Kamala is, she's self-fucking made. Donald Trump had every dime fucking handed to him. You know what I mean? You guys are, Slave Rescue Hound, do you not really know that Donald Trump is a fucking moron? Do you not know that? Do you actually think Donald Trump is smart? I gotta know. I mean, you do, don't you? Well, listen, he's a dumb man, smart guy. You know what I mean? To stupid people, he is smart. To smart people, he's a fucking idiot. No, it had nothing to do, JB. That's just something you guys say because, again, it's another talking point. That was years before she really accomplished anything, and they saw each other for about a year. The Willie Brown's wife he was separated from for 10 years at that point knew all about it, and that's it. They lasted about a year, and then most of her fucking positions she was elected to, so Willie Brown wouldn't be able to help her there. Yet he's never been sentenced. You got nothing on him. Well, I didn't even bring up his record, but Donald Trump, you don't have to be sentenced to be a felon. You know that, right? You don't. Let me see. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about when it comes to Donald Trump's business background. You're like the rest of these idiots that'll keep saying bankruptcy because it's all you think of. I know more about Donald Trump than you'll know if you live to be 500 years old. Believe me. Believe me, I didn't just hear about him when he was on The fucking Apprentice, jerk off. Like, I've known about the guy since I was 7 fucking years old in Queens, New York. Okay, so I know a lot. You're a buffoon. Kamala is face made. Face made, huh? Is that right? What does that mean exactly? No, he's not smarter than Kamala. We can watch the debate. We can watch the whole debate right now. She ate him alive. She had him screaming about they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, which is another thing you guys got tricked by. You really believe that horseshit. Isn't it funny, though, that after he got elected, you never heard another word about Haitian migrants eating cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio? Isn't that funny? Not another word, like it never happened. You know why? Because it's just what him and Fox and the Republicans do to you clowns. They know you're low IQ people, so they fucking they fearmonger you and they scare you into voting against your own best interest, like you've been doing for like 5 decades now. Let me see. Blame the Democrats. Don't blame half the country. For what? And what do you say? You think half the country supports Trump? Kamala was never the borders. That's just another thing you guys say. Kamala was the borders are during the 4 years. What? Kamala was the borders are during the 4 years that Biden was in office. And that is that bitch led LED, like a TV, in 15 million illegals. So you can go ask Lake and Ryan. Oh, God. When you guys fucking invoke her name, I swear to God, you guys don't say shit about the black people that Dylan Roof killed in that fucking church. You guys don't say shit about any of these right-wing shooters. You don't say shit about the people that killed Melissa Hortman and her husband. You don't, the MAGA guy. You don't say shit about what happened to Paul Pelosi. None of that. You bring up Lake and Riley. Yeah, I know. You guys are so fucking disrespectful. You use that woman's name. You use that woman's name for politics. You're so fucking disgraceful. You know what I mean? Even her fucking parents says she doesn't want you guys doing that. And you still do it. You know, meanwhile, natural born citizens commit crimes at like 4 times the rate of illegal immigrants. You know, you forget about all the domestic terrorists, the white, straight MAGA terrorists. Yeah, forget about those. Let's just talk about one murder. Yep. Well, he wasn't spied on illegally or something would have happened by now. He wasn't deleted from social media. He got himself thrown off of social media, just like any of us can. And trying to remove him from the ballot is not even a thing that happened. Not actual collusion and election meddling and interference. No, there was collusion. There's no doubt. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. He wouldn't even do the second debate. He got his ass handed to him. The Apprentice marketer apologizes to America for creating the myth of Trump as successful. I want to apologize to America. I helped create a monster. Did he really say that? Yeah, the guy's not. Look at this. Look, last night it was 800. Somebody said 800 successful businesses. Look at this. 546 successful businesses, but he's had everything handed to him. Huck Finn. You guys, one of the funniest things about you is you literally pull these numbers out of your ass. Donald Trump never even had that many businesses. No, he might have had 4 dozen businesses. That's it. That 546. And the guy last night said 800 successful businesses. I'll tell you what, go get me a list and copy and paste them in the chat. I'll tell you what, get me 20 successful Trump businesses. 20, just 20. I'll wait. I don't even know what you're talking about, Linda. Which thing? Ask me. Which thing? What do you want me to prove? They're not all celebrating. You are more racist than us. Really? How do you figure? I'm racist? Just out of curiosity. Do you know me? Do you know my life? Do you know if, let's just say, I don't know, every single person who's not blood related to me in my life is black? Do you know if that's possible? Anything like that? Yeah, right. Mikel Brown, projection. You guys don't even live in the same reality as the rest of us. He wouldn't look at her. She made him look like a fool. She did. 259 now? Oh, yeah? Wait, somebody just said, 67. Is that right? Yeah. Name them. Let me see. Yeah, sure. No, sure I don't. Yep. The guy that went after Paul Pelosi was not a right-wing dude. So once again, he's literally a MAGA dude. Yes, he was 100% fucking MAGA. You guys just say that. He's a MAGA guy. No, most Venezuelans support Maduro. Well, they don't understand what White Mike. They don't understand that it would be just like if somebody invaded our country and took Trump. Oh God, what would I have to do to make that happen? Anyway, that a part of the country would be celebrating and part of the country would be upset. They don't get that. Trump destroyed 2 casinos, so this fucker couldn't even run. Wait a minute. So this fucker couldn't even run a goddamn crack corner. You're talking about Trump couldn't. Okay. He actually destroyed 3. Why didn't Biden release the Epstein files? Well, why didn't Trump release them in his first term? He had them before Biden. How you like me now? Answer that. Kathy Randall, I was born in Queens, New York. I live in Manhattan. In my adult life, I lived 20 minutes from Trump in Queens. Trump was a trust fund baby. That's all he was. Kathy, thank you. Kathy, I was born in Queens too. I was born in Flushing. Okay. I lived in Glendale. Okay. I have family in Howard Beach and fucking Ozone Park and everything else, Broad Channel. Now, do me a favor. Tell these people, was he not always known as a scumbag in New York? I'm talking about since the 70s. Was he not always known as a scumbag? He always was. Always. That's all anybody knew him to be. You know what I mean? Why didn't Biden release the Epstein file? Why didn't Trump release him? No, I don't dodge the question. I'm asking you, I want to know the answer. If you could ask me why Biden didn't release them, I want to know why Trump didn't release them first. Now, you give me an answer and I'll tell you why Biden didn't release them. Yeah, you have my word. Wait a minute. You don't have to wait for someone to take Trump. You can leave anytime where Trump not. Wow, Mike AK. It really is true. I mean, they are as illiterate as a motherfucker. They can barely read and write English. It's amazing. Oh, shit. Yeah, he is. He's horrible. Yeah. I'll tell you what, George McFly, towards the end of the show, I'll give you a number. You call in and debate me. We'll see. Let's see how good you do. He's never a businessman. He allowed the UFC to get big. Ever heard of the Mirage? What are you talking, Carson? I'm not exactly sure what you're even talking about. But he was not a good businessman. He was a businessman, not a good businessman. He inherited all his fucking money. That's it. That's it. Anybody who gets damn near $500 million donated to, or inherit. Oh my God. His father started transferring wealth to him in the 70s. By 1997, it was about $500 million. Okay. Anybody could take that and do something with it and make money off it. If you lose it, I don't know what to tell you. But the fucking guy has more failed businesses than he ever had successful ones. They came out during Biden's term, and Trump was turning Epstein in during Obama's term. See what I mean? They just make stuff up. Trump, denomized growl. Trump never turned in Jeffrey Epstein. Never. Yeah, Carson, do you just come here to get embarrassed every night? Didn't you say you were going to call in the other night and you got scared? Shut up, bitch. You don't know anything. Carson, it's okay. Listen, some people are stupid. Some people are smart. It's okay. I don't judge you. I mean, I kind of do. But I'm sorry. I'm talking in the mic because I can't find my glasses. These people are delusional. It's really scary. And they think it's us. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure, George McFly. Yeah. Except for knowledge and facts. You're right, 100%. Well, and I'm an idiot, Kiefer. I'll tell you why I asked that question. Because if you can answer why Trump didn't release the files in his first term, you can also answer why Biden didn't release them. Okay? Except, let's be honest. If Trump could, even if Trump could have released them, if there was no investigations, no cases taking place, nothing, he still wouldn't have. He could release them tomorrow. He's not. You don't think part of this Venezuela thing is just to get people to stop talking about the Epstein files? Everything he does is a distraction. There's millions, we found out now, millions of Epstein files. He's the president. All he has to do is snap his fingers and Pam Bondi released them and they get released. But he won't do it. He's been in office a year now almost. Okay, and he won't do it. He won't release the files. We didn't have to go through Congress. They didn't have to pass the Epstein Files Transparency Act. All that was because Donald Trump would not release them on his own. He won't. Well, looks like it looks as if Trump did better than Hunter Biden as a son. No, but it's funny you bring up Hunter. And no, he actually didn't. Hunter Biden was like a Yale-educated lawyer. And Mike, the guy had a drug addiction, which I would bet money on. You probably did too, or an alcohol addiction. You're probably drinking right now. Okay. It's so funny that you guys use that against them when every single one of us has either been an addict or has had a parent or a sibling or an aunt or an uncle or a child that's an addict. Any other time you make fun of somebody's kid for being a drug addict, you are a straight scumbag. But when you do it to Joe Biden, it's hilarious, right? Meanwhile, Don Jr. is coked up 24 hours a day, and you fail to mention that. Yeah. You act like there's only a few of us. We're more than half the country. There's no proof whatsoever that more than half the country supports Donald Trump. Half the people that voted didn't even vote for Donald Trump. You're supposed to make Atlantic City great again. All he did is make it a dumpster. Yes. Oh my God, Carson, I'll fucking eat you alive, bro. You're a MAGA guy. You don't understand. You don't know anything. Don't you see what I do to these people when they call in? Bro, I'll be more than happy to. Yes, Kiefer chat said, why didn't Biden release the files? This dude said, why didn't Trump release them? They just released the file. No, they didn't. Carson, Josh, you think their files were released? You fucking, this is what I mean, Carson. This is why I would eat you alive. Google right now, Chat GPT it, grok that shit. Have all the Epstein files been released? A couple of weeks ago, before they found an additional 1.7 million files from the Southern District of New York found, they said they only released 2.5 of 300 gigs of files. You think the Epstein files have been released? This is what I mean, Carson. This is what, you seriously want to debate me? What do you got, a death wish? No, because that has nothing. Hunter Biden has never been president. He's never been president. Only his father. And his heart broke when he heard his son had a drug addiction. And by the way, please, KO7772, you might want to look at what's happened since Trump took office. When you talk about corruption, Donald Trump has made $3.8 billion. He had the best year of his life in 2025. Since he won the election, since January 20th, he made $3.8 billion. Ivanka, Eric and Don Jr., all of their net worths have doubled since January of 2025. And Barron Trump made about $150 million off of insider trading. So don't talk about corruption, because let me tell you something, KO. I know this breaks your heart, but a Republican House Oversight Committee, I had to make a fool out of a guy who was on here debating me one time with this shit. He had to look it up and prove, admit that I was right. A Republican House Oversight Committee investigated the shit out of Joe Biden over 4 years, and they cleared him. They said there's just no proof of any corruption. They tried to impeach him 4 times. They decided not to even take a vote because they had nothing on him. So just because you say it's corruption doesn't mean it actually is. Bud, don't call me Bud, first of all. I'm not your boyfriend. 410-941-9850. Let's do it. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. It's very important. Very, very important. Oh, shit. Let me plug this in. 410-941-9850. Mikkel, go ahead. Step up. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. And if you can, throw a super chat into the mix. These shows do need money to exist. We got to make something, So I do need people to contribute. If you can, I'd appreciate it. What the fuck? They crash out. They can't debate. Oh, you talking about MAGA? I know. I'm right here. I give you the number, 410-941-9850. Come on, Mikkel. Come on, Carson. Oh, yeah. Smoking a cigarette definitely means I'm stressed to the max. Or it could mean that I smoke cigarettes. Yeah. Was Biden a continuity of government? What kind of question is that? Don't contribute to the scumbag smoking cigarettes and asking for handouts. No, they're not handouts, George McFly. YouTubers make money from contributions to their channel. I've been making a living on YouTube for 4.5 years, probably a better living than you. So you're a complete crash out. Carson, is that you? Is that you? Well, I've never seen Michael spelled that way.
That just so that you knew who it was that I was talking about. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Nothing, no hate, nothing like that. I mean, most people. I mean, shoot, I've been having that since I was like fucking 5, bro, since fucking elementary school. So
I feel you.
Right,
hey, thanks for calling in. Since Carson was scared, go ahead.
I said, so where do you want to start with this, brother?
Whatever you want.
All right. So first off, I'm just going to tell you right now, I did vote for Trump. I voted for him all 3 times. I will admit that since he came into office, there are tons of things that I do not like that have definitely made me question my. I don't know about loyalty. I don't have loyalty. They're all fucking politicians, bro. You know what I mean?
Question your support.
But you get my.
Yeah.
What's that?
Question your support.
As far as support, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I get it, but there's. At the same time, man, every single politician, every single time, they've always played the same games where they play into everybody's fears, they play into everybody's crap, and then they always fudge up everything. Like you were talking about Melissa Hortman, for instance, right? So explain to me how the man that ended up killing her, rest in peace, was a Tim Walz staffer, and his wife was as well.
No, he wasn't.
And this is facts. You can look this up.
He was a MAGA guy. 100%.
No, I know his wife
who he
was
supported.
a staffer. I know that
who he supported in the past, I can't tell you, but he was a MAGA guy when he committed that crime. There's no question. Why would a Tim Walz supporter
hired by Tim Walz?
Why would the guy do that?
Guy being hired by Tim Walz?
Why would the guy do that?
Well, for one, if he was a MAGA guy, why would he go after Melissa Hortman and the other politician who their only quote-unquote crime was that they voted in favor of Republicans when it was coming to the free healthcare and stuff for undocumented migrants?
People have their reasons. The dude was MAGA. I don't know what to tell you. I've researched this thoroughly. The guy was. Same as the guy that beat Paul Pelosi. The guy in the chat earlier is saying he wasn't MAGA. He was.
No, I don't believe that. I think that dude was just a cracked out whatever, had his own thing. I don't know enough about that.
But anytime somebody does something to a Republican, it's definitely a liberal, right? Definitely.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. In fact, I would even say, so the thing is that liberal nowadays is a word that's been misconstrued, because liberal used to be more like on the libertarian side where you were more on the moderate, right in the middle, right? And now liberal, it has a new meaning to everybody where everybody just thinks, blue hair, green haired, you're going for everything progressive and stuff, right?
That's what they think, but they're wrong.
What do you mean?
When they say that, they think it's the way they perceive liberals and what liberals actually are two different things. Listen, I listened to Fox News. Hold on. I went to a No Kings rally one day, right, with my wife. All I saw was regular people. I saw one chick out of probably, I think they said there was 5,000 people there that day. I saw one chick with blue hair. I watched Fox News, and they're saying that all the liberals, they all have facial piercings and blue hair. That's all you see at these rallies. It's complete bullshit. That's just what they tell you guys.
Oh yeah, all level. That's probably down to the T, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
The thing is that most people. So I mean, when you look at the voter base, right, or when you look at voters, you're starting to see, honestly, more people vote as libertarian or unaffiliated than they do Democrats or Republicans. Like, honestly, there was probably more just regular people that don't really fit on one side or the other that voted for Trump this go around than they did last go around.
As far as voter registration, I don't know that to be true. It's possible. As far as voter registration, but I mean, obviously, the majority of people either vote Democrat or Republican.
Right, because that's your only option. Look at what happens every time that you get a third option. Look, every single time we get a third option.
Well,
you had Gary Johnson, who made waves. He made absolute waves for a third party. Like, that was unheard of to get as many votes as he did just off of that. And he didn't even get enough votes to even get his name on the ballot. And he still made way more, got way more votes than anybody ever expected.
Well, you know why that is, though. It's the money is always going to go to Democrats or Republicans. That's where the money people, the billionaires, are going to put their money.
Carries the power.
Yeah, without
exactly.
a doubt.
That's who carries the power.
Yep.
And let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. It's just two heads of the same monster at the end of the day.
I don't know. When people say that, bro, listen, this is what I'll say to that. I think that's kind of a cop-out. You can't compare Democrats to what Republicans have become now. Democrats, look, let me give you an example. Kamala Harris, this is what she wanted as far as her policy proposals, right? She wanted to give women back their reproductive rights, okay? She wanted to, and I know you don't see that as important. You might be against abortion, but you got to realize many, many women have died now because they're having a complicated pregnancy and the doctor's afraid to operate on them, so they wind up dying, okay? The mother dies.
This is where I have to debate on that, though. This is where I have to debate on that. And if that's really happening, that's fucked.
It is.
I don't care. That's not okay for people. If people seriously are dying because they can't get that healthcare, that's not right. I'm not okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I do have a lot of conservative values, but at the end of the day, when it comes to abortion, that's one of those really touchy subjects that honestly, that should just stay at home, and that shouldn't even be a political thing, regardless, either side. You know what I mean? That should be a conversation that happens between a woman and her doctor and her husband or a boyfriend.
Yeah.
If he's involved. You know what I mean?
Well, hold on. I get what you're saying, but let me get back to what I was saying. Now, what I'm saying is Kamala's policies, she wanted to do that. She wanted to continue negotiating with drug companies to try to get prescription drug costs down. Okay. What they did with insulin and all that shit. She wanted to give.
But she didn't even bring that up until Trump did.
She didn't what?
She didn't even bring that up until Trump did. Just like the whole no tax on tips.
Joe Biden was already doing it, bro. Joe Biden is the one that got insulin capped at $35. It was part of the fucking, I believe, the Inflation Reduction Act.
No, because at the same time, Trump was working with opening the market to where we could actually get prescription drugs from Canada.
Bro, Biden.
It wasn't a thing before.
Biden is the one that capped insulin at $35. Biden capped it at $35. And Kamala was going to.
Then kudos to Biden.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And Kamala was going to continue.
I'm not going to. Credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? If he really did that, then by all means, that's a good.
Bro, can you let me finish?
I know somebody that literally died because they couldn't get their insulin.
Why is it all you guys just talk over people constantly? Why is it?
My apologies. I'm not trying to talk over you. It's kind of hard to hear you at the same time. So,
all right.
Yeah,
so Kamala also wanted to give people $25,000 towards a new house, $50,000 towards a new small business. Okay, these are some of the things she wanted to do. She wanted to expand Medicaid and Medicare. So now compare them to what Trump ran on. Trump ran on basically deporting Mexicans and removing trans people from shit. The whole thing is built on hate. He had no real policies. His main policy was close the border, which is not even a policy. So far, they've cut 24 million people off their health insurance. The big, beautiful bill is affecting red states disproportionately. There's hospitals closing all over red states because these fucking dopes that voted for him are being hurt significantly more than blue states. I mean, this is bad shit. Show me one good thing Trump has done.
Show you one good thing that Trump has done.
In his second term, yeah, because I'll give him the First Step Act, freeing the hostages. That was in his second term. That was good. and Operation Warp Speed. What else?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, seeing that's where we get back to where I was saying that I've started losing a lot of my support for him. Because, so the thing is that you brought up the whole deporting illegals and stuff like that, right?
Uh-huh.
The thing is, though, is that if you were listening to what he was saying, what they were originally talking about was that they were going to be focusing on violent criminals that were here undocumented.
Hey,
And everybody
bro,
was for that.
can you give me one
sec?
sec? Give me one sec. Hold on.
Let me finish real quick.
Bro, I just want to respond to somebody in the chat. Calm down. Holy shit. This guy said 18 trillion in investment in 1 year. That is complete bullshit. Even if you look on the White House website, it doesn't say 18 trillion. So Siamese Stormtrooper, go get me the credible source of that. All right, now go ahead, Michael.
You don't even believe that. I don't even believe that whole 18 trillion.
The fucking the GDP of the entire country is 28 trillion. They think he got $18 trillion. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't believe it, because we be hearing about all of these new factories blowing up that he's been promising about, and we haven't seen none of that.
I'll say that again. I'm sorry.
I said because we be hearing about all of these factories blowing up.
Yeah,
and we haven't, that he's been promising, and we haven't seen none of that.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm 100% on board with you there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people that I know that have voted for Trump, they have this same they have the same concerns that I was about to explain about the whole undocumented immigrant thing, about the whole deportation thing. Is that he was saying that he was going to focus on getting deporting like MS-13 members, gang members, violent criminals and things like that. And then next thing you know, we're hearing stories about how you've got people literally at courthouses and then getting yanked up by ICE. I'm not cool with that, man. Like, that makes no freaking sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
like,
totally bullshitted.
Yeah, get rid of the murderers and all that. That makes sense. But when you're just getting rid of, when you're deporting just people that are just minding their own business, and they're here illegally, and that's breaking the law. Like, okay, I get that, but what else? Like, there needs to be more compromise, and there needs to be more avenues for these people to get those documents that they need to become citizens, because that's the only way you're going to make everybody happy, and that's the only way that, in my mind, that it makes sense to do it right.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And a lot of people share those views that also voted for Trump. That's the thing. I've talked to tons of people. I'll admit, most of my, social group or whatever you want to call it, most people did vote for Trump. Most people.
No, but they didn't, though.
Liked a lot of his ideas.
But they didn't.
Sorry?
Trump did not get 50% of the vote.
What do you mean?
He got 49.8% of the vote. There was other people running. The majority of people voted for somebody else.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even though Bobby Kennedy was he had already said, yeah, he's going to be part of my campaign, blah, blah, blah. People still voted for Bobby Kennedy too.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I can level with you there for sure. Yeah,
it's just the only reason I even say that is because there's people in the chat that like to say more than half the country supports him. There's no way to know that, and more than half the country didn't vote. But even the people who did vote, even half of them didn't vote for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say what was really odd, though, was how, so when Biden and Trump went head-to-head for the 2020 election, they said that Trump still ended up getting record number of votes. That there was the highest turnout of votes, and so it was the highest turnout of votes. Trump got Trump broke a record. Biden still won, and then we come to this election, and then the numbers just don't add up, because there's millions of votes that just like that didn't. It's like, well, let's thought that this election there would have been more people voting.
All right, so let's start. First of all, Biden That was after a pandemic that Trump grossly mishandled and fucked the entire economy up. Anybody running against Trump was going to win. And Trump did not get the record amount of votes because Biden got more votes than he did. And as far as hold on, bro, you got to let me talk. You got to let me talk. You got to let me talk. Yep. So the 2024 election, what you're saying basically is that 2024 either 2020 or 2024 couldn't have been legit because there wasn't the same amount of voters. Every election, there's different amounts of voters for Democrats and Republicans. Just because a certain amount vote in 2020 doesn't mean they're all going to vote for the Democrat in 2024. So you can't expect that.
Yeah. No, honestly, I think no, the truth is in that a lot of Trump supporters don't want to accept is that Trump going around and talking about stolen election, all he did was just sow more doubt into the electoral process than there already is as is, and it bit him in the ass.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like that's my take on that, at least. It's you know, the whole Hunter Biden laptop, people bring that up, and I can see where that makes some difference because they did polls where a lot of people that voted for Biden didn't even know about the whole Hunter Biden issue because it was being tamped down by media.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing that I can really say that could have been any sort of, you know, quote unquote election interference. Other than that, that was all Trump's doing himself. He fucked himself.
Exactly. And bro, listen, just because once we start agreeing, I start losing people. I just want to read you something, and then I'm going to let you go and get back to the show. But I appreciate you calling. Listen. So Vance Luther Bolter, the man charged with the June 14th, 2025 murder of former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband, is described by associates as a strong Trump supporter and a devout evangelical Christian. While Bolter himself had reportedly died that his support for Donald Trump motivated his killings, investigations and witness accounts have highlighted several ties to the MAGA movement and right-wing ideologies. Political affiliation and background. Friends and colleagues identified Bolter as a devout Christian who attended campaign rallies for Donald Trump. He also registered as a Republican in other states. And if you look it up, if you Google it, if you check it on any AI, it says the story about him being tied to Tim Walz is complete and total bullshit. He was going after anybody who was supporting abortion rights. Anybody. That's why he picked Melissa Hortman and her husband. So the whole story about them voting against party lines is actually not true.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, both sides lie to us, man. Like that's.
I'll give you that.
That both sides, they're trying to push us further apart. Is really what it is.
Yep.
That's why these kind of conversations are more and more important.
I agree.
That's why I say that it's two heads of the same monster. Is because they only care about themselves at the end of the day, and they're using us as pawns in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I agree with you. I agree with you, bro. Definitely. But listen, thank you for calling in, man. I'm going to get back to the show, but I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace. All right. So there you go. Jason Mike Celio, it's crazy how they brought Gene Borrello on a News Nation show to talk about Maduro and where he's staying. LMAO. They do that with him all the time. It's so ridiculous. Fucking Borrello. Democrats have bad policies, period. Anthony, like what? Which policies would you say are bad? And don't say open border, okay? Because the border was never open. Biden was weak on the border, but he also tried to fix it with the bipartisan border bill, and Trump made the Republicans shoot it down, even though they helped write the fucking thing. So tell me what policies of theirs are bad. All of them. You see what I mean? Give me some specific ones. It's like you just don't know anything, right? That's almost what it seems like. And Carson, you're a pussy. Carson, you still won't call in. Drag queens reading to kids. That's not a Democratic policy. There's no politician running on drag queen a story time. That's in your head. No, you could say, I mean, you could bring up the border, but that's it. I mean, tell me other shit. What are the bad policies that'll hurt Americans? No, the border was never open, bro. The border hasn't been open for like 105 years or some shit. You guys think that Kamala and Joe Biden were at the border, they opened up big gates and they were like, come on, guys, come on in. That's not what happened. They were still deporting people and everything else. Arrests were being made, so therefore it wasn't an open border. No, but Kamala wasn't the border czar. That's what you're probably trying to say, but she wasn't. Transitioning kids. That's not a Democrat policy either. It's not happening. It's nothing anybody ran on. Matter of fact, Kamala refused to even mention trans issues during her campaign. So try again. You don't actually know any of the policies, do you? Of course not. Policy is we hate Trump. Also not a policy. Border was never open. It wasn't. During Trump running a shadow presidency during Biden's entire presidency. If you mean he was in complete and total control of the Republicans, yeah. Immigration, welfare, SNAP, healthcare. Well, it's funny because a lot of you guys, you talk about the economy and you talk about vets. You don't want homeless vets and stuff like that, right? You talk a big game about vets. Do you know what a high percentage of fucking vets receive SNAP and some sort of welfare like cash assistance or Section 8 housing? Do you know how big that is? Do you know that also 39% of all SNAP recipients are actually children? Like the parents get the money simply for the child. That's it. Not enough money for the whole family, nothing like that. Money to feed a child or two children or three children, whatever it is. 39% of SNAP recipients are children. Also, 76% of SNAP recipients work at least a part-time job. Okay. Amazon and Walmart are the two biggest employers of SNAP recipients. Now, why is that? They get a tax break for hiring people that are on SNAP. And also, they don't want to have to pay a lot. So they figure, hey, if our employees can rely on SNAP for food, we can still give them a low wage. But you don't care that Jeff Bezos only pays a 1.1% effective tax rate. Not at all. So, and immigration, Anthony, I know you don't know this because you guys don't know anything, but the economy depends on illegal immigrants, illegal immigrant labor. They just do. It's the bottom line. I saw a farmer one time. He was talking about if they got rid of my workers, a gallon of milk would be $12. Okay, so you guys don't even understand the necessity for some of them. That's right. Wait a minute. Where's my man Jason at? Oh, fuck. I lost it. Name a better president to replace Trump. We all talk about Trump, but don't have anyone who could replace Trump and do better and do what everyone wants. There's never going to be a president that does what everyone wants, but anybody, literally anybody, would be a better president than Trump. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's super fucking important. Please do that. I'd appreciate it. 80% of Somalians in Minnesota are on welfare. I don't know if that's true. It might be. Let me see. Might be true. Are 80% of Somalians in Minnesota on welfare? Some form of public assistance. Yeah, compared to 21% of native households. So let me ask you guys, why are you guys so worried about Minnesota still? Minnesota's really on your minds. Meanwhile, they say that same type of fraud, which, by the way, wasn't even happening in Minnesota. They went to the 9 daycares that were in that viral video, and what was happening was exactly what was supposed to be happening. But it's happening in Ohio, which is a red state. Does that bother you? Let me get down here. I would be a better president than Trump. Of course you would. Anybody would. Anything would. A spider would be a better president than Trump. And it's not just me. I mean, 154 presidential scholars rated all the presidents throughout American history, and Trump was rated the worst. And it was liberals, conservatives, and independents. So, I mean, the guy, even if I ask you, Gavin Newsom, even if I ask you, A Trump policy. Without saying the word trans, illegals, Mexicans, anything like that. What's your favorite Trump policy? Go ahead, tell me. Oh, they're scholars, John Q. Public. They're scholars. What do you think? They're faking being scholars? They're scholars. A 10-year-old would be better than Trump, without a doubt. What has Gavin done? Are you going to bring up California? Because if you blame every one of California's problems on Gavin Newsom, then you have to blame all of America's problems on Donald Trump. You know what I mean? So DEI scout, yeah, okay, sure, yep. Bob, Kamala wasn't even elected for primary, and they tried to force her on us. It's really about just doing what you could do. It's amazing, Griff, whatever your name is, that you still don't get this. The DNC has rules for how they pick a nominee, and they picked the nominee, and she was the vice fucking president. If she was just some chick who just happened to be a senator at one point, and they were like, let's pick Kamala. You can say whatever you want. She was the vice fucking president. She was the natural choice. And they had 170 or 107 days to pick a fucking candidate or nominee and, let them try to present their case to the American people. So what should they have done? A 3-month primary or something? What do you think? With 17 days, would that have been enough for somebody to run? She's a worthless sandwich maker. She's actually a Harvard or Howard University educated woman who was a district attorney. She was a prosecutor, a district attorney, an attorney general, a U.S. senator, and a vice president. What do you do for a living, Quiltus? Yeah, Trump's been in office 11 months. Blame everything on bad orange man. Well, Michael Weggs, when do we start blaming stuff on him? Because believe it or not, the stuff that's happening now is because of Trump. We don't just blame it on him. Okay, up until a couple of weeks ago, inflation was higher than it was when Biden left office. Okay, it's even 2.7 now, and Biden had it down to 2.4% at one point. Unemployment is up, the highest it's been since COVID. Joe Biden brought it down from Trump's 6.6% to 3.4%, which is a 54% low. It is now 4.6%, which is the highest since COVID. Groceries are up. Utilities are up. The job market is fucking horrible. Rents are up. Mortgages are up. New car prices are up. Everything's up. So who do we blame for that if the shit's higher than it was when Biden was in office? You guys are so funny because if something good happens, you give Trump all the credit. If something bad happens, you say, well, that's because of Biden. Trump does it too. Trump was asked about the economy months back, and he said, well, the good parts are mine, the bad parts are Biden's. I mean, Jesus Christ. Mago, he says, yeah, but what about Biden? Of course they do. Do you blame the gas prices on him? Do you blame the inflation going so far down on him? Blame inflation going so far down on who? Who did it go down under? The inflation is not really down right now. It depends on what time period you're talking about, but and blame gas prices on somebody? I don't understand what you're saying, Michael Weggs. The gas prices are good right now, but Trump has nothing to do with that, just like Biden had nothing to do with them being high. He fixed what? What did he fix, Michael Weggs? Yeah, sure. Oh, it'll be a fucking nightmare. What did he fix, though? Tell me what he fixed. If they ain't blaming Biden, they're blaming Hillary. I know, because they're just like him. They don't take accountability for anything. They'll lose everything before they admit they were wrong. Yeah, U.S. inflation rate is at 2.68% compared to 3.01% last month and 2.75% last year, which Biden was in office. I mean, if you're going back a year ago, this is lower than the long-term average of 3.28%. Yes, you're lame. Can you spell your Y-O-U apostrophe R-E, you dumb motherfucker, by any chance? If they, I read that one. Energy independence. What about it? We were energy independent under Joe Biden. We produced record amounts of oil under the Biden administration. You could look it up right now, any way you want. Did America produce record amounts of oil during Joe Biden's administration? Go ahead, look it up. He didn't get caught with corruption. Do you realize, are you guys not caught up? All of that shit in that video about the 9 daycare centers, it was completely debunked. They went to inspect the 9 daycare centers and they're operating as they're supposed to be. So it's not even true. Apparently he has no effect on anything, so why are you hating on him so much? No, he certainly does have it. What the fuck are you talking about? I didn't say that. I said he has no effect on gas prices, fuckface. He has an effect on everything. Like, the prices are high because of tariffs. That's his effect on things. He's got to give $12 billion to the farmers, just like he had to give them $15 billion in the first term, because the farmers are going bankrupt because he tariffed China so much they're not buying soybeans from our farmers, and then he increased beef imports from Argentina, so our U.S. cattle ranchers are making less money too. So now he's got to bail them out. And you do know that the fucking the money from the tariffs we pay, right? I hope you guys know that, because there's still some of you who don't. We pay the tariffs. Biden sucked. Come on, dude. Seriously. Tell me how. Tell me what sucked under Biden. Don't just say he sucked. Tell me what sucked. No, they didn't. They said their hours were 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. One place claimed. No, they didn't, Anthony Pacente. This is the bullshit that you see on Facebook. You guys get your information from social media memes, Fox News, Donald Trump, and the Republicans. You could look into it right now, but the truth is, Anthony, you don't want the answer. You just want, your bias to be correct. 8% inflation sucked. Well, you think that wasn't going to happen if Trump would have won a second term? The entire world, every single nation on earth experienced massive inflation after COVID. We had the lowest and we had the fastest recovering economy of any nation in the world. So Joe Biden was able to bring down the inevitable 9.1% inflation to 2.4%. No, I don't even believe that one of them said that. It's just you guys saying it. It's just you guys saying it. This guy is like the CNN reporter that said mainly peaceful protest as plaza burned behind her. No, I'm not. You haven't even asked me about that issue. I don't condone any of that bullshit. Just like I don't condone January 6th. Get in your battery-powered POS car and shut the fuck up. See what I mean? Like, they don't know me one bit, but they've been trained to believe that if you're anti-Donald Trump, then you're definitely some insane liberal. I don't drive an electric car. I don't watch CNN, Michael Weggs. You watch Fox News. I don't watch any of that horse shit. What averaged 1.8% under Trump? COVID happened at the end of Trump's administration. Inflation rose. That it was going to happen. Do you remember when Trump was in office, how there was no food on the shelves? Remember, we couldn't get toilet paper, paper towels. I had to wait in line for 2 hours to get 4 fucking rolls of toilet paper for my family. Couldn't get bottled water, food, toilet paper, nothing. That's what you call the supply chains, getting all fucked up. Everything got all fucked up. And Trump grossly mishandled COVID. So the inflation was coming one way or another. You're nothing, we're in power. Wow. There's an apostrophe in your and in that's were. That's not we are. That's were. You got to put an apostrophe between the E and the R, you dumb fuck. Yeah, I know, Roy. I know. January 6th was FBI leading people. Of course, again, just you saying it. Even in the fucking thing that Benny Johnson cited, the article where this all came out months ago, it says this number includes FBI agents that were called after the riots began. And by the way, Michael Weggs, it was Donald Trump's FBI. You know Biden wasn't in office on January 6th, right? Because Trump doesn't. Trump put out a tweet October 12th at 12:58 a.m. that said that Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th. Meanwhile, Biden wasn't even the president. So why would Trump's FBI do that? You guys can't even take responsibility for that. That's why nobody has respect for you. You can't even say, well, we did do January 6th. You can't do it. Trump is in charge. Get over it. Again, that's like one of your things you guys throw out there. You think it bothers us. We know. We know. I wouldn't be doing the show if he wasn't. No, inflation was 1.8% under Trump during part of his term. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's 2.7% now, at 2.68. And Joe Biden's inflation, you can look it up anywhere. You can ask any economist you want. It was inevitable. If Trump would have been in office, it would have been 9.1% or more. That's just the way it works. There's no way Biden could have escaped that. Point is, though, he brought it down to 2.4. And again, jobs numbers right now. So out of the last 6 months, 4 of those months, Donald Trump lost the jobs. In October, he lost 110,000 jobs in October. Okay. He's created about 500,000 in a year. Joe Biden was creating 180,000 a month on average after all the revisions. And he created 16.6 million jobs, which is 4 times the last 4 Republican presidents combined. So, okay, so Trump doesn't control gas, but he stocks your grocery shelves. Stop flip-flopping, bitch. You're so fucking stupid. I swear to God. It doesn't even matter how you say it. They won't understand it. Trump grossly mishandled COVID. He did. It's just a fact of the matter. Every nation's leader handled it better than Trump did. Trump was worried about it affecting his chances at re-election, so he played it down. He downplayed it completely. And 1 million fucking people died because of him, and everything else happened. As far as the grocery shelves, I didn't say it's Trump's fault. I said the supply chains got fucked up. Now, if Trump would have handled it better, would they have? I don't know. Would they have gotten us fucked up? I don't know. But they got fucked up. So now they're all catching up. There's inflation, price increases. And there's even a video of a CEO of Kroger's talking about how even though inflation dropped under Biden, he's going to keep the prices high just so they can make the extra profit. Now, Kamala wanted to do something about price gouging. She had an answer for high grocery prices. Trump just said, I'll lower prices on day one. And he never did. The prices are higher. What sucked under Biden? Millions of unvetted illegals, men and girls sports and bathrooms, teaching young children to change their gender. Well, there was millions of illegals. He was weak on the border. But again, he also tried to pass the bipartisan border bill. And I can show you a video of top Republicans saying that Trump made the Republicans shut it down. It wasn't even the Democrats' fault. So Biden tried to do something to increase funding for ICE, Customs and Border Protection, to try to speed up the asylum process and get more judges, all this stuff. Trump told him to shut it down. He said, I do not want you fixing this border issue during an election year, because it's all he had to run on, because that's all you guys think about, that and trans people. So unvetted illegals. Okay. Men in girls sports and bathrooms. Men are going to be in girls' bathrooms no matter what. Trump can't stop that. And probably in girls' sports too. Okay. Even if it's banned as of right now. And let me tell you how big that issue is, truth only. So there's 560,000 NCAA athletes. You know how many of them are transgender? 7 out of 560,000. This is yet again just another thing they use to scare you guys. They know you're all bigoted and racist and homophobic and every fucking thing else, transphobic, and they know that you can't deal with change. Anything new drives you fucking insane. So you voted a rapist into office. That's how much you're worried about women. That's how much you're worried about women when those men enter those bathrooms, right? You voted a guy who's found civilly liable for sexual assault into office. You voted a guy who was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein into office. You voted for a guy whose wife, Ivana Trump, in 1989 in court filings said that he brutally raped her. You elected him into office. That's how much you care about women. You don't give a shit about women. You guys don't care. You hate trans people, period. You don't want them to have any rights. That's the bottom line. And any rights you see them having, that pisses you off. If they're practicing the same rights as the rest of us, it drives you crazy. You don't want that. So accusations, all they are. No, not at all. Ivana said this shit in court filings. Okay. I would believe Ivana on that. Katie Johnson did a deposition under oath. Could have cost her freedom. And E.G. and Carroll, he was found civilly liable by a jury that was selected by his lawyers. So what do you mean? I voted for Clinton and the other Dems that begged Epstein for money. Well, let's see. When Clinton ran, I was, the first time I was 13. Okay, second time about 17. No, I didn't. Dummy. And other Dems that begged Epstein for money, like who exactly? Because you don't even know who I voted for. He was accused. Was he convicted? So now it's guilty until proven innocent, right? Just like you can form an opinion that he's not a pedo, I can form an opinion that he is. I'm not stating as fact that he raped Katie Johnson. I'm stating that she accused him of it. And his wife, Ivana, did too. And what a surprise. 27 sexual assault accusations since the 70s. You see how I put things together in my fucking head? It's called where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's like, wait a minute. You're telling me the guy, let's just take one thing. Let's just take Katie Johnson, okay? So this is what I put together in my head, all right? So I say, this girl, this 13-year-old accused him of raping her with Epstein. Okay, let me think. Okay, and I say, all right. So the guy was definitely accused of sexual assault 27 times since decades before he ran for president. Okay, his own wife accused him of brutally raping her. Okay. He cheated on all 3 wives. Okay. So there's more reason to believe he's just some sort of sexual deviant. Okay. He fucked a porn star behind his current wife's back while she was at home with their newborn child. Okay. He was found civilly liable by a jury of his peers that his lawyers helped pick for graping E.G. and Carroll. He has talked on camera and on radio numerous times about wanting to fuck his own daughter, even when she was underage. I wonder if Katie Johnson's telling the truth. And that's how I come to a conclusion. It's called an educated guess, a hypothesis. Okay. Now, you guys, you hear Katie Johnson accused him of rape and you say, no, not my president. He didn't do it. She's a fucking liar. If she would have said Biden did it, you'd be like, he raped her, a scumbag. You would have had her tried and convicted, given the death penalty in your head. Okay. So if you're all full of shit, there's tons of evidence that Donald Trump is a rapist. There's tons of evidence he's a pedo. And the biggest, most overwhelming piece of evidence that he's a pedo is the fact that to this day, he continues to cover up the Epstein files. So what girl have come out if that happened? What girl? Because all the girls came out. What do you mean? Oh, and also, by the way, he 3 15-year-old girls accused him of walking in on them when they were naked at a beauty pageant in the dressing room. And by the way, does that bother you guys? You hate men in women's locker rooms and bathrooms, but you don't mind that Trump would use his position as owner to walk in on those 15-year-old girls, right? Because it wasn't just an accusation. I could play you a recording of Trump on Howard Stern admitting it, bragging about it. Why did everything on what Trump did and all of this allegations on what he did, and the little girl and the Epstein files only come out when he was running for president? Well, first of all, it didn't all come out when he was running for president. You just weren't paying attention in the past. A lot of us knew about some of this stuff, okay? So a lot of it did come out, though, during his run for president. I'll tell you why. Let's just say you're a woman, E-Back5, and you get sexually assaulted. Now, most cases of sexual assault do not get reported. You know why? Because of people like you that'll call the victims liars and stuff like that. They get tortured by defense attorneys in courtrooms and shit. So, and I happen to know somebody in my family was brutally raped. And even though I tried to talk her into it for the sake of, the neighborhood, who knows who this guy is running around. Even though I tried to talk her into going to the police, she refused. Okay. So most cases of sexual assault go unreported. But let's just say you're a woman. You were sexually assaulted in 94 or 89 or 97 or 2006 or whatever. He's just Donald Trump. He's a reality TV show host. All of a sudden, there's a chance he's going to become the most powerful person in the world. And you got to see this fucker on TV everywhere you look. You can't even turn on TV without seeing him. And you know that you have information that could possibly stop this guy from becoming the leader of the free world. You see how that works? It's kind of like Justice Kavanaugh. You really think that woman lied on Kavanaugh? You don't believe that some corny fucking white boy who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and was part of a fraternity sexually assaulted a girl? That's literally what they do. I was a DJ. I used to DJ for fraternities and sororities. You have no idea the shit I saw. Maybe she waited till he was up for Supreme Court. You understand? So that's why. That's why. What do you think about it, bro? About what? What is your position on the account given about Joe Biden by Ashley? Well, there was no account given. I'll tell you exactly what happened. She has a diary in which it was said at one point, showers as a child that were probably not appropriate. She didn't even say inappropriate. She said probably not appropriate. She also said as a child. She never gave an age. So for all we know, she could have been 3 months old. Do I think it's weird no matter what? Yeah. Do I think it makes him a pedo? No. Because later in court under oath, she said that her diary was grossly misinterpreted. Her words were taken out of context and used to lob false accusations at innocent people. And she also said under oath that her father never did anything to her. Now, if you believe in her diary, if you believe her words in her diary, that's all you believe? You don't believe her when she says, no, he didn't do anything that was taken out of context or grossly misinterpreted? Isn't that funny? How if it fits your narrative, her word is gold. If it doesn't, she's full of shit, right? I know. Yeah. Oh, me too, bro. Me too. Same shit. That's sad that you kept it a secret and you knew it was going on. Sad that who kept it a secret? What do you mean? First of all, it wasn't for me to tell anyone. If you're talking to me, what are you saying? Any allegations could come out falsely from a woman. That's why many are behind bars for things that they haven't done and get out and in court pay them millions of dollars of false accusations. Yeah, it sure happens. Doesn't mean the accusations against Trump aren't true. Simple as that. And again, EBAC 5, that's why you're supposed to be a critical thinker. Okay, I know you guys don't know how to do that, but you see how when I hear an accusation, say somebody comes out tomorrow and says, in 1998, this guy was with Epstein and they raped me. I'm going to say to myself, well, let's see all the things I mentioned earlier. And I'm going to mention this too, because I forgot this earlier. Without a doubt, Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 10 years. They're in mad photos together, mad videos together. Jesus Christ. It's common knowledge they were close. Donald Trump even said in an interview, he likes women as much as I do, beautiful women, and many of them are on the younger side. Okay? So he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. So when a 13-year-old girl says, who, by the way, was proven to be one of Epstein's victims, Donald Trump raped me with Epstein, and there was witnesses that corroborated seeing it on 4 different occasions. So I put all this information that I know about Donald Trump together in my head, and I say, do I think he's guilty? Of course. How could you come to any other fucking opinion? Check this out.
Charges that Jeffrey...
Hit the like and subscribe, people.
Charges that Jeffrey Epstein was running a sex trafficking ring in the early 2000s that included underage girls as young as 14 years old.
Donald Trump in 2002 said of Epstein, he's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side.
He routinely spoke fawningly of Jeffrey. He admired Epstein's lifestyle.
Your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of it.
Yeah.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
What does Tiffany have of Marlon?
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this blood yet.
You were playing tennis and you came off the court.
Quote, look at that piece of I would love some of that. It so happened that Trump was referring to Cohen's then 15-year-old daughter, Samantha.
I had the impression that he was interested in younger women and that, you know, women would age out for him.
Miss Teen Universe? Yeah, that's like giving Jeffrey Dahmer a cooking show.
I'll go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I standing there with no sweat.
Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl.
You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
A lawsuit against the presumptive GOP nominee alleges he raped a girl when she was 13 years old.
Prince Andrew answering questions for the first time about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know Prince Andrew, but it's a tough story.
Trump has been photographed with Prince Andrew as far back as the year 2000.
Ghislaine Maxwell is accused of helping Epstein sexually abuse underage girls.
I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
You are one.
All right, I was going to say that, but it's true.
Look, this guy says, oh, it's TYT. They don't have an agenda. Someone else mentioned CNN. Bro, it's a compilation video. TYT didn't manipulate anything. I could pull up any of those little clips. I could pull up the entire video in context. I've seen and heard them all. They put a compilation together. They didn't manipulate it. And it's not even the news clips you're supposed to believe. You're hearing Trump's own words on Howard Stern. You're seeing him say these things, or at least you're hearing him. Some of the shit you're seeing. You're seeing him say it. But yeah, it's TYT made that happen. It wasn't actually Donald Trump. You guys are fucking nuts. Well, yeah, of course, an agenda, but as long as you're not manipulating anything or editing anything to fit your agenda, it doesn't fucking matter. Are you serious? I could tell you about times Fox News used fake video, probably 10 different times to fool you dickheads into thinking something that wasn't happening was actually happening. They one time showed a video of a fence and a riot, people on either side of the fence throwing Molotov cocktails, fucking each other up, everything, right? They said it's the southern border right now. Turned out it was some border in South America from like 3 decades ago. But this is the kind of shit they do to you guys. So don't talk about anyone else, please. Let me see. Bald guy on my screen. Let's talk Venezuela. What about it? Like 60 Minutes didn't twist news. They got sued for it. They didn't twist news. They edited a video, which let me tell you, you want to hear an example of Fox doing the exact same thing? So Fox News during the election, and you can look this up. You can look it up right now. They interviewed Trump. It was 3 of the hosts, okay? 3 bullshitters. And they asked Trump, will you release, if you get elected, will you release the JFK files? He said, yes. Will you release the MLK files? Yes. Will you release the Epstein files? Yes. And they cut it off. That's all Fox showed you. That's it. But then the transcript was found and Fox had to give up the whole video. Right after Trump said yes, he said no. No, not so much the Epstein files, because there's good people in there that could get hurt. So that's literally exactly what 60 Minutes did. Trump just sues every fucking body. That's all. That's it. And he's threatening to take people's broadcast licenses away. He's not winning the lawsuits. They're just settling with him to get him off their ass. So, and by the way, Donald Trump did a 60 Minutes interview about 3 months ago, 3 months ago, where he was asked a question he didn't like. And he said, if you keep asking me about that, I'm going to get up and leave. Now, you know what he did after that? He forced 60 Minutes to edit it out. Oh my God. It's the transcript. You can find it on their fucking website, the transcript of what happened. And there's a part where he's asking about a pay to play. And he says, if you keep asking me about this, I'm going to walk out. Then he made them edit that part out so people wouldn't see it. So Jeffries is a bad person. He got caught up in it and Dems didn't say anything about it. I fucking hate Hakeem Jeffries with a fucking passion. So yes, I don't think I give a fuck. Guys, listen, this is another thing you've been fooled into believing. You think that if somebody's anti-Trump, they're a straight liberal and they just believe in everything in the Democratic Party. First of all, I'm not even a liberal. I'm pro Second Amendment as a motherfucker. I have my own issues with trans stuff. I don't even like talking about it. They don't bother me, but I'm not a defender of trans people generally. Okay. It's an issue I'm indifferent to. I don't care about it. I'm far from a fucking liberal. And I don't care about Hakeem Jeffries or that other bitch that was texting Jeffrey Epstein during the thing. They can all go to fucking jail as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and I'd pick Democrats any day. Yep. Yeah, you saw a video, even though Antifa isn't even a real fucking organization. Michael Weggs, you stupid fuck. Dumb motherfucker. All right, guys, listen. Yeah, I know, Michael. Yeah, because you're a fucking Michael. I'll tell you what. Will you, just you, only you? I'll only make time for you. Will you call in right now and debate me? Because I want to quit. I want to end the show. It's an hour and 30 minutes in. But if you will come on and debate me, I'll let you call right now. Charlie Jones, if I didn't shout that out, thank you. But you believe all people that voted for Trump are the same. That's hypocritical. No, I've never said that. MAGA, the hardcore base, you're all the same. Look at the guy who came on here, Michael. That fucking guy agreed with me on a lot of shit. He doesn't like a lot of stuff Trump's doing. There are Trump supporters with brains. It's just not many. I don't even remember what I said. What doesn't exist? I have a terrible short-term memory. I don't know. So why don't you file to get your records sponged so you can get guns legally? I mean, even if you can't, you could always bury a few. LOL. Well, listen, my whole fucking life I had guns. Okay, I don't anymore. I don't have guns now because I don't break the law no more. But the point is, if I wanted guns, I wouldn't even want them legally. Because if I want guns around me, I plan on using them. And I don't want them to be traceable. Okay. So I would have burner pieces around me. But I don't have no guns around me. I haven't for years. But up to maybe, I don't know, 18, 19 years after I got convicted of felony. Felons keep guns around them. If you're in the streets, you got guns around you, But I'm not. I'm far removed from that life. So, but if I could buy them legally, oh my God, I'd have a fucking arsenal. Like everybody should. These days, I mean, you don't necessarily need an arsenal, but everybody should have a gun. You have to at this point. It's insane not to. Antifa is a group loosely organized. It's an idea or a movement. It's not a group. It's an idea. Yeah, it's an ideology. I mean, if they're a group, how many members are they? Where are they located? Where are they headquartered at? Yeah, whatever you say, back 5. Yeah, whatever you say, bro. Even though I got more pussy on my worst day than you'll get on your best. Any state that has corruption needs to be stopped. Well, then that's all 50 of them. You know what I mean? It's all 50 of them. Yeah, a lot of Antifa are buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Stupid MAGA. Does MAGA have a headquarters? Idiots. Yeah, it's called anti-fascist. We should all be Antifa, for fuck's sake. I mean, you guys are pro-fascism? Well, then again, you are. All right, guys, I got to go. Thanks for everything. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.